Hi, Stine. Thank you so much for joining me today on the SheClicks Women in Photography podcast.
Hi, Angela. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, thank you. And you're very welcome. So we first met quite a few years back, actually, at the photography show. And at that point, I think you had maybe one line of photography gloves in a range of sizes. And I wonder, Vallerret has expanded way beyond that now, but how did you get to that point where you were at the photography show selling photography gloves, and why photography gloves?
Yeah, I guess that is a big question. Maybe I just jump into it right at the beginning, like go way back. This year is actually Vallerret's 10-year anniversary. We've been in business for 10 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite like, for us, it's a big milestone. So it started odd 10 years ago where Carl and I, my partner and co-founder, We've always loved winter. We're like winter geeks. We're nuts. We're chasing the winter, the snow, and also adventures. So we work with sled dogs in Alaska, and then we went to the Arctic of Sweden for another winter season, also working with dogs. And up there, we started taking tours with tourists. And obviously, when you're in the Arctic, there's the northern lights, there's the beautiful sunlight and the snowflakes. We just love it. It's just... Yeah, we just always chase winter. It's so magical to us. We're just so happy in winter environments. So up there in Sweden, there was a lot of tourists coming to do Northern Lights tours. So we would take like small teams of dogs out, and we'll go to a cabin, and then everyone takes their cameras out and start shooting the Northern Lights. We would as well. And we just, we really experienced how difficult it is to stay warm and take beautiful photos in the cold. So there we really saw that challenge. We had our friend Lucas up to visit us as a photographer, videographer. He works with us now, our collab manager. So he also told us about and showed us this issue he had, and also told us about the struggle he had to find some good gloves that could do that for him, that could keep him warm and also look kind of cool to fit, his creative edge. And so there was just like an idea of why doesn't anyone do that better? Or why isn't anyone making a glove that Lucas, the type of his personality, would want to buy? So that it just sparked an idea, and we were in a place in our lives where we were looking for a new challenge, maybe setting up a business for ourselves. So just kind of looking for opportunities, and this idea just stuck with us for a bit, like gloves for photographers that are functional gloves that you can wear them in the cold, but you can still use your camera, and it also would look in a way that it fits creative people's style. There was a lot of fishermen's gloves in the market, and we found that there was if you take the design vibe from the ski industry and transfer that to a functional glove, that could be a market.
Yeah.
And so we took that idea with us back to Copenhagen. I'm Danish. Carl is from New Zealand, and we had a base in Copenhagen for a while. So we took that back to Copenhagen and started just playing out the idea a bit more. I made a prototype, just made it on the sewing machine in my living room, and figuring it out. Carl has a design background, I have a marketing background, so we're just like, what can we make happen? And then I made that prototype, and was like, this could be something. Started finding manufacturers, and then by that time we had decided to move to Norway. So we moved to Norway in a even better location to make this product or use this product. And it just kind of went from there. When we started getting some samples from the manufacturers we found, and we launched a Kickstarter campaign for the one glove. And we saw that there was a great response from it. And we said to ourselves, why don't we just do this? Make one glove and see where we go. And then we quickly realized that different people have different needs. There's so many different types of conditions. Sometimes you only want a thin glove. Sometimes you want a really thick glove. So it just expanded year by year. And also with our own creative juices, like, I really want to see that glove out there and that glove. And some likes mittens and a thinner one and a liner. And so we've been trying out a lot of different ideas over the years. And then we found now a range that is, I guess, that people like and there's enough different choices for a lot of different people, and still, but you can always develop even more. Every year we get new ideas that we could do this material, this colorway, this kind of blend. But so that's how it evolved, and all of a sudden we were in the UK. The UK is a big market for us, so when the photography show reached out to us and asked if we wanted to come, I was like, yeah, that could be great. And we love being there because you get to talk to so many of our customers, that first-hand feedback from what they love, what could be improved, and really just talk to our customers, really. We don't get that experience that often other than email back and forth, but like that in-person response is so great. So, yeah.
And you're going to be at the photography show again for 2026?
We are. We're coming to
That's
Birmingham. Great. Yeah, it's not me personally, unfortunately. I have to stay home with the kiddos this time. But Carl, my partner and co-founder, and Lucas, our collab manager, will be there to greet everyone. And one of our ambassadors, Lee Gale, is going to join us to join our stall or our stand. Yeah.
So that'll be a really good opportunity for people to try your gloves because, like you say, you have quite a wide range now and there's lots of different sizes. And I think one of the issues when you're buying something like that is you really want to try them on.
Yeah, for sure. It is difficult. It's that balance that too much choice is not great. But there's also a lot of different needs in photography and in winter conditions. So yeah, come check us out in Birmingham. It would be amazing to come. Come see what we have.
I think maybe photography gloves are a bit like camera bags. You know, you need a different one for every situation. I cannot tell you how many camera bags I've got, but there's those kind of just a bit cold kind of days. There's those sort of slightly cold days, and then those days when you're maybe going to Iceland or somewhere, you know, a big trip, and you really need something nice and warm. To protect
and then
your
there's
fingers.
Activity levels as well, right? So even if it's very cold, but if you're out on active hikes and stuff, you don't need a big bulky glove. So there's also that you need to match. And you should see my glove box. So like upstairs, it's massive. I just have so much choice. But yeah, I like it though.
Yeah, good. I must admit, I really like your over mitts. I used those when I went to Iceland. I'll be using them again in February for an Iceland trip. And I often, if it's really cold or you know, a bit wet when I'm skiing, I tend to wear those because they're just so convenient. They keep you warm, they're waterproof, and you can just shake them off if you need to go hands-free. Oh, sorry, get your fingers out, basically. So they're good. But do you think you will reach a point where you think we have enough gloves now? Or are you sort of continually trying to evolve them?
We take models in and out every year. So this year we have 2 new gloves coming. There's a woman's glove is coming back in our range. We're so excited about that. And then there's a new mitt that's similar to the over mitt. It's just slightly smaller. So it's more designed for a liner instead of a glove. So that's coming. The senior mitt is launching soon. So, and then other gloves are taking out, like the Urbex we don't no longer produce, and the headship goes out of production. So we do have that kind of turnaround. We feel like around 10 gloves is enough in our range, including liners. And for sure. And this year we are also bringing out some exciting apparel. I hope, maybe I can say it now, though I don't know how long it takes before this podcast is up, but we have a mountain shirt coming, like a very nice shirt for the outdoors with a lot of pockets for your gear, and also a puffer, an insulated vest with a lot of pockets. So we're trying to expand in that apparel route. We have amazing merino socks as well, if you're checking us out. But so we're trying to still stay within that realm of keeping photographers warm and comfortable in any condition. So we're expanding in that way, but it is a small market still. So we're trying to figure out what makes sense. And we tried merino apparel, like merino thermal layers for a while, and we love to wear merino ourselves, but it's a very expensive material, and it's hard to get out there. It's hard to sell. So trying to find that balance, and
Yeah, there's some big brands associated with merino thermal layers. So if you're trying to break into that, I imagine it would be very tricky. Yeah, and with the shirts and the was it the gilets? You said the insulated jackets. Will you be will you be producing those in women's sizes and shapes as well, or are they only men?
Yeah, for now it's just men.
Okay.
Again, we struggle a bit. It is we see firsthand that well, it's unisex, right? I wear the
Hmm.
size small, just like most of our gloves are unisex sizes. But we do see that some of us females, we have a bit of a slimmer silhouette with hands as well as a figure. It works, but it's not like fitted perfectly
Hmm.
to women. Yeah, so we have to start small. We're a small company.
Yeah.
We're a family-based company. I like to say there's only 5 of us working, and but we're happy, and yeah, I think we've found a great little niche that provides for us and a great lifestyle for us, and we help a lot of photographers out there keeping warm and comfortable. So yeah, we have to find
Okay.
that balance,
Yeah.
producing small volumes and seeing what works. And we also strongly believe in not just producing to produce. We want to make sure that this vest has a purpose in the world and that it's not just there among 1,000 other vests. So finding that balance is yeah, we're just trying.
And you're sticking with the photography channel, so you're trying to make them useful to photographers, not to the general public necessarily.
Yeah, well, we feel that that's where we solve the biggest problems. Like we are softening up our brand voice to involve more like all camera users. So we
Hmm.
try to not talk of ourselves as only photography gloves, but camera gloves, including the
Right.
videography sphere, the broadcasting world, even mobile phone photography, and but still within the creators out there, like that love to work on the camera. We feel like that's our niche and where we belong as it is. Even though more people, like I use my gloves just skiing as well and just like using my phone. But we feel like there's so many other people also doing phone photography or touchscreen gloves, and then we're competing with North Face on their regular gloves. And we find that this is our niche, this is our people, this is who we want to talk to and make a difference for. And we include ourselves in that pool. It's cool to make things that you are excited about yourself personally to go use, and yeah, and then we just enjoy working with this niche, like working with photographers and like-minded creators, and we're also starting a podcast this year, actually.
Oh,
Lucas and Carl are talking to first many of our ambassadors and just talking about, stories from out there in the cold and how, like different takes on what makes us thrive in this winter environment. And I think that's really what drives us.
yeah.
Yeah, we love what we do in that sense, like working with winter product and creative people around us. That's where we're at.
Given what you said about the different requirements of gloves and, different fits, different sized hands, how do you actually field test your gloves?
Well, a lot has done here in Voss, Norway. We take the gloves
Mhm.
out and we really use them. Like we put them to good use for different kinds of yeah, from snowboarding to chopping wood to everything. If we have some like wear and tear tests, and that just is done here. But we also have a quite broad network of ambassadors and collaborators that are gifted gloves often the year before we sell them to give us feedback so that that they can have their own experiences in different environments. And so we have, yeah, so we test it like that with our own experience, using them a lot, like every day through our winter up in Norway, but then also through our network and collaborations. So that's how we get feedback on the sizing and also the function, the
Yeah.
functionality and. Mm.
Now, if somebody was going to Iceland, say in the depths of winter in February, which glove would you recommend a photographer takes with them? Or would you say, oh, well, it'd be good to take these 3 or something?
Mm. All of them. No, for Iceland, we often have Markov and Tinden, I would say.
Hmm.
Unless you prefer a mitt, then I would say the Skadi mitt instead of the Tinden.
Hmm.
Or our new glove, the Senja mitt, is a great one for a deep winter. But most people take the Markov because when they're in Iceland, they go for hikes and they're active. And
Yeah.
unless you're standing still to catch, yeah, the Northern Lights or the sunrise or something, then I would recommend a deep winter glove. It's really important to think about your activity level
Yeah.
when you choose your glove, because that has a lot to say with how bulk or like how much insulation you need in a glove to stay warm. Because I find that it's a bit annoying to have two big gloves on if you actually could do with less. Because even though you can flip open everything, it's just nice to have something that's only just what you need. No extra bulk.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say Tinder or Markov.
Okay. Thanks for that. And
Mm.
I'm quite a mitt convert because the mitts are generally a lot warmer because all your fingers being together
Yeah.
really helps.
Mm.
And you have two mitts, I think, now in your range. Does that reflect the demand for them? Is it most people want gloves?
Most people want gloves, yeah. They do, yeah. So
Yeah.
the Senya, we're gonna keep 2 mitts in our range, but the Arctic mitt is is going out, and then our new Senya mitt is coming in. So we'll stay with the Skadi mitt is kind of a thinner mitt, and then we have our big mitt that is the Arctic mitt or the Senya
Yeah.
mitt that's coming out to replace it. And I think you're gonna love that one, Angela. You should get yourself a pair.
Okay. I'll look out for them. Thank you.
Yeah.
And do you still get time to go out and take photographs as well as run the company?
It's often a combination nowadays, though. Like Cal and I, just when we need some content to launch a glove, and this time we didn't have enough time to have the last approved sample in perfect condition. We didn't have it in timely enough, so it was like to do it last winter. So we had to go out and find a waterfall not a couple of weeks ago and take some photos and get the drone out. So that was a really fun day. And so we do a lot of those things where we combine it, where for this, we need some photos of this glove. Let's go to a cool location and do things like that. Or we need some content for this and that. But it's often work related when we're out doing landscape photography now. Well, for me personally, what I do for myself is more like travel or family photography. But yeah, but we do get out a lot. It's beautiful here. It's always when you just turn around the corner and you kind of forget like how cool it is. We're so stoked that we had a drone shot. We're not the most experienced drone flyers or drone pilots, so we just got this amazing shot from going out. I was standing on the top of the waterfall and we took the drone out and just got the perfect, nice shot that really emphasized the size of the waterfall, and we're just so happy. It's nice to get that, excitement when you come and see something you did afterwards. You're like, whoa, that was cool.
Yeah.
Showing your family and your colleagues, and yeah, so we do.
Fantastic.
We do.
And exploring different technologies like drones rather than handheld cameras to help you get that impact.
Yeah, for sure. It's fun to learn, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
there's always new things to figure out. And what if I do this and what if I do that? And even I've also tried to get more into being creative just with my mobile phone camera as well. Just like, there's always new angles, new compositions to explore, and the best camera is often the one you have on you, right?
Oh yes. Oh yes. Yeah. But
Yeah.
drones aren't too keen on the cold either. Their batteries tend to be a bit short-lived in very cold weather.
Yeah, that's true. I couldn't tell you too much about it because I am not so experienced, but so far we've had a lot of backup batteries, and then it works out. Yeah, I wouldn't know too much about it, to be honest, but as in the cold with all batteries,
Yeah.
it's an issue, isn't it? So we tend to keep the batteries close to our body and inside our
Keep them warm.
jackets or vest, and keep them warm, and then change them when needed.
Okay, well, let's go to 6 from SheClicks. I've got 10 questions from SheClickers, and I'd like you to answer 6 questions, please, by picking
Okay.
numbers from 1 to 10. So, could I have your first number, please?
4.
What thing do you think people would find most surprising about your job? And that question is from Liz.
Most surprising. I don't know if people realize that we're such a small family-based company, that we are 5 people, and 3 of us started 10 years ago. And yeah, then we have a couple more who joined us, but I don't know if people realize that.
No, I don't think
And
so. And the fact that you're featuring in the marketing as well as organising the marketing
Yeah,
and
yeah,
creating the
yeah.
first prototype.
We are small. We're a small company wearing many hats, but we like that because it keeps us quite grounded, and we're like just an eye level with our customers, and we do really. That's something we hold. That's a value that we stick to. That we want to like really learn, get to know our customers, know what they want, and be responsive and all that. And yeah, yeah. I don't
Okay.
know.
All right. Fair enough. Could I
Yeah,
have your second number, please?
yeah. 7.
Number 7. What is it about winter that makes you want to photograph in such cold conditions? That question's from Janina.
Oh gosh. To me, winter is just magical. Like as soon as the snow falls, it's like there's a quiet that you don't get anywhere else, I think. And the fresh air, the way that the air just fills your lungs in a different way. Like even just when the first snow falls here, I'm the first one to take the shovel out, just out there, just shoveling and just being in
Yeah.
it. And then with the light that comes in winter, the golden hours in wintertime, it's just magical. And when you're up here in Norway, we are fortunate to get cold temperatures. So, you get the hoarfrost on all the small branches of the trees.
Mm-hmm.
There's just nothing more magical to me. To see the sun reflecting in like a tree that's full of frost, and I don't know what, because as long as you dress properly, the right way, the cold is not an issue. Then it's just being out there and enjoying. To me, it's truly magical. Like there's nothing I'd rather surround myself in. I'm not a beach person. I'm a snow person. So I think
Okay.
it's like either you get that magic or you don't. I have friends that totally don't understand why snow is so magical, but to me, just it fills my body. I think it's also like it has a reaction to my body being out in the fresh air and the cold, that it just makes me feel good at my core. And then
Yeah.
on top of that, all the beautiful landscapes you can see and like all the beautiful surroundings. So
I get it.
you get it.
That.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get it.
I get it. Yeah. I was
Yeah.
thinking, when I was about 10 or 11, we had a drift a drift of snow in our front garden. I remember burrowing into it to make an igloo. And I kind of, that every time I see snow, that's what comes back to me, and I want to
Yeah.
make a snowman. Yeah. I
Mm.
love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'll
could
keep
we
going.
have your third number, please?
Number 9.
What modifications do you need to make to your kit in order to photograph in such cold conditions? Or how should you look after it, I guess?
Well, you need. I guess she's talking mostly about her equipment, her camera equipment.
Yeah.
So you need to make sure that your equipment stays dry, and like always close your camera bag when you're out in the snow. And for instance, and then you need to watch your batteries, keep your batteries close to your body. Often in like if you have equipment with small pockets and things like just like the phone dies quickly, all your batteries will die like a lot faster. But in general, with the equipment, you also need to make sure when you take them from inside the hot out into the cold, there's a bit of transition, especially when you go the other way again, so it doesn't
Yeah.
fog up. So make sure that you. What do you do, Angela? Do you take it gradually in, or do you just?
I'd probably just leave it in my bag and let it acclimatise in my bag before actually taking it
Mm,
out
mm,
when I go in. It does depend. I mean, so for example, in the UK, I've had that experience where you go into a glass house,
yeah.
somewhere where they're growing plants and it's really warm and humid. You just have to walk around and wait until that sort of humidity or the camera has got to the same temperature as the building you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But are you
Mm.
fastidious about keeping your camera or putting your camera back in the bag after you take your shots and say you're going to walk for 5 or 10 minutes? Would you put it back in the bag or do you leave it out?
It kind of depends on what you like. I like to keep it like to put it in as much as I can, especially if
Hmm.
the snow is a bit wet or like. But it's all about what you're doing as well. Because if you're like need it instantly after, it's always a bit of a balance with do I have time to put my camera back, or is it like will it ruin the next moment if I fiddle around too much with that.
Yeah.
It's hard to balance. I find, but when I can, I put it back and make sure that it stays. For me, it's more like it stays dry and like yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, could I have your next number, please?
10.
Where's been the coldest place you've ever photographed?
Well, that is in, don't know if it was colder in Alaska or if it was colder in Kiruna in Sweden, but it was around minus 25 or around that, where you literally, like, you can, your eyelashes, they're completely frozen and all that.
And that was just the base temperature. That's not taking wind chill into account.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Wind chill on top of that. That's brutal. That's really what makes the big difference.
Yeah.
If there's wind chill or not, and just like, yeah, that. And then you also find that I find that when you go more than minus 20, then things start to break. Like the frost makes things break. Like if you have clip-ons or something, we were working a lot with the dogs, then all of a sudden those didn't work, and like that's when you get into different challenges as well, just with general gear and moving around.
Yeah. So plastic starts to get brittle. So like the you need to be careful with your bag clips and things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all clips really. And
Okay. So can I have your fifth number, please?
1.
Number 1. Oh, this question is from Eileen. She says, a lot of women photographers struggle to find gloves that fit properly, especially if their hands are smaller than average. How much demand is for the different sizes of photography gloves, and how do you decide which ranges to produce or which size ranges to produce?
Yeah, so we that is absolutely true. It's hard for us to find sizes that work. Like I've usually just been in our unisex models. I just wear the smallest size we have, but they do have a bit. They're a bit wider because they are unisex. So that's why we now this year brought out the Saga woman's glove.
Yeah.
And just to accommodate for slimmer hands and that female fit. But it is a struggle because every year what's left on our shelves is a size extra small. So it's small and extra small. It's like the sizes that go last. So it's always, we want to not produce more than what we need, but we also want to provide gloves for people with smaller hands. So it's hard. It's really hard to figure out where do we land, because we're just you have to order X amount to produce a size, and then we're still stuck with a lot. But we've so far prioritized to have the extra small in our line, and now we have a separate female glove so that we hope can accommodate more, so we are not left as much with the extra small sizes. But it really is a struggle to us. We'd love to make like female apparel and all that, but we just don't have the demand for it. Like there aren't that many people who buy it. Just like we would love to have more colors in our range, but people want the black glove, and we're not going to produce just to produce.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Someone once told me a few years back now that, saying that we're not far away from, we got print on demand for a lot of things, but sew on demand. So, literally could put in what size you are, and that piece of equipment or that clothing is made for you. But I guess gloves are so they're quite difficult to sew, aren't they? And they're quite so specific that I guess we're probably a long way off from getting those sewn on demand.
I think so. It is it's quite a complicated little piece of clothing, actually. When you think about a hand, you have to have so many moving parts. You have to basically have completely free movement, but also complete coverage. And I don't see that it's something that we would be able to provide with our current setup. They would have to be very customized and very expensive. So I don't know if that is a route that will come in the future. It will have to be, personal tailors doing it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's for us, it's quite a while away.
So mittens must be easier to make. You must like people like me who want mittens.
Yeah, there's there's less size exchanges with mittens. So that's something that's actually a good statistic in terms of it, because there's less fiddling and but most people want gloves. They want to have that 5 fingers dexterity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
All right.
you're mitten people, we enjoy it.
Okay. So your sixth number.
What do we have left? 8.
Now your fingers are warm. How do you keep your toes warm? That question was from Rachel. Now you did touch on that because you've introduced a range of socks.
Yeah. We have merino socks in our line now. They're like good winter socks. So that's how we keep the feet warm. It's like wearing I like a good thickness of merino wool socks. Like we find that the merino wool, it doesn't get itchy. It's just super soft. And then, so that's how we so we're really happy with those socks, actually. Like they're definitely our go-to in winter, and they are hands down some of the best I've tried, because they have that good they're not 100% merino, they're 75% if I remember correctly, and has a little bit of elastics in there, so they're just so snug on your feet. And
Okay.
So that's what we do. Good socks.
It's a bit of a stretch to say photography socks, though.
It's a bit of a stretch. We just call them socks.
Just socks,
But
just regular socks.
Just regular socks, but great for winter conditions. And then, of course, great boots. You have to invest in some good footwear to stay warm. It's all about the layering, but you need the inner layer to be great to keep warm.
Yeah. I mean, when you get wet, things change dramatically, don't they? You want to stay dry.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Well, Stine, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast. It's been really interesting chatting with you.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's been very nice to chat to you. And and it's so cool to see what you are doing with SheClicks. I've seen that evolve over the years as well. So congratulations on that achievement.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.